And welcome back to your favorite weekly sports show. That's right, it is ITC Sportsball. And I am your man, Jerome Span. Of course, the prettiest face on ITC. Don't you forget it. All right. And of course, we have got the regular sports ball crew in the building. Of course, we got that man, that hot take spitter, the man who rips like Darrell spits. He is the modern day Ali on the microphone. When he steps into your home, all of your ladies is gone. He is that man.
Hey, it's your boy Mase. I know y'all missed me. Let's go.
And of course, we've got ITC's resident troll. He sees a fire and says, I got this gasoline, gunpowder. What's happening? He's here to put you in your place and have you going crazy. He is that man, Darrell.
It's a beauty being with you guys once again. That's all. I'm not trolling today.
Lying.
Yeah, we'll see about that one. We will see about that. But of course, we have to get into all the stories that we have happened since we've been off. And of course, we have to start with that awful NBA All-Star game. Fellas, we'll get to the rest of the All-Star weekend, right? Because it was something actually entertaining there this weekend. Fellas, at this point, these dudes in the NBA should be ashamed of themselves. Kobe is looking down at them right now, and he is disgusted. He is disgusted with the amount of effort that is being put in. All these dudes, look, I'm not even a Kobe dude like that, right? All these dudes swear they love Kobe and all this and all that. Kobe Bryant would never, ever put in that level of effort in an All-Star game. That is embarrassing, bruh. That is crazy. Kobe looking down at y'all like,
you gotta fill me in that garbage All-Star game because I didn't watch it. I saved my life.
Bro, I was smart enough to watch the highlights. Let me tell you something. I saw a whole bunch of no defense, no effort, nothing. Had some dudes out there playing. At one point, there was a screenshot somebody took. Okay, legitimately, it was 8 dudes standing around watching 2 dudes play. 8 dudes just standing watching.
Hey, them boys are sitting there, hands crossed, hands on their hips.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't basketball, dog. Like, I'm sorry.
Listen, man. They need to go back to East versus West and do what baseball does for their All-Star game. The winner gets home field advantage in the finals.
Well, I'm not. Baseball don't do that no more. They stopped that.
Okay, well. That's how it's. Hey, other than that, how else do you make that a competitive game when you tell these guys that we don't care what you accomplish in the regular season?
I mean, you're gonna have to put a cash prize out there, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Because dudes are
bonuses for the winning team. Cool.
You're gonna have to make it something significant, right? But at the same time, some of these dudes need to just start having some pride. And realizing that like the All-Star game for majority of my life was a showcase for the NBA's best talent to go out there and to show you how beautiful the game can be when you got the best of the best out there. And now it's just a clown show, bro. It's like we watching dudes in the park play, Mase. Kobe is disgusted with y'all.
Kobe said it best, bro. What happens when the best players in the world play a pickup game with each other? Like, I get it if you want to sauce a dude up, come down, possess somebody, bust your butt, you want to go down and get them back, cool, whatever. But an entire game of just guys throwing alleys to each other and seeing who can shoot the longest 3.
We're in a stage of basketball.
But like I said, bro, like you have to find some way to make it meaningful because over the last 6-7 years or so, everybody's just been nothing matters in the regular season. If you don't perform in the postseason, you had a failed season. Blah blah. Like that's been the narrative for like the last 6 or so years, probably even longer than that, if we're being honest. But they have nothing to play for in this All-Star game. It's just another opportunity in their minds to get hurt and ruin their postseason chances to actually be called a success.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I completely understand that, right? My issue is just so much that like it's not even a semi-competitive game.
It's not watchable, really. It's not really.
Yeah,
watchable.
like what am I watching at this point? I don't want to watch a park basketball game where everybody's friends and nobody cares about actually winning. It's like, dog, at the end of the day, it is still a game where there is a winner and a loser. And I would actually like to see some effort be put in there because, like I said, this is one of the few times in any sport, right, where you get to see guys in their prime in a game against each other where it's like, hey, who would be better? KD or LeBron? We got to see that for a lot of years, right? Who's better there? We got to see matchups, man. Now it's just like I said, it's a bunch of BS. We don't even get an entertaining game. What they're doing isn't even entertaining. That's the worst part about it.
When guys used to actually play defense and still do something ridiculous, like that was T-Max up and under off the backboard. Give him one of them. Like, come on, man.
The final score of last night's Clippers and Kings game is exactly what's wrong with the league. The league pushed things way too far, saying we need more offense, we need more offense, we need more offense, and then you end up with the game that ends with a final score of 176 to 175.
That's crazy.
I understand they played 2 overtimes, but 170. Both teams scored over 170 points. There is nothing for me. There is nothing entertaining about that. To me, when I look at that, I say, "Oh, so nobody decided to play defense. Cool. That's just swell. No, half the game just gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting. I don't know. I don't like the way that the NBA is right now. Look, I appreciate the fact that we have, if we're talking individual talent, right, weighing it up against other eras. Guys are probably single, if you're looking at man for man, right? There's more talent clearly now in the league than there ever has been. But this is some of the worst basketball I have ever seen in my life. Some of the worst.
Let the boys play a little bit of defense, man. Let them check somebody one time.
You know what I think they need to do, Mase? They need to bring back the hand check rule. They need to take it away and let people hand check, because then you could actually play some defense. Because everybody, their entire life before this era of basketball, could use their hands to help them play defense. Then all of a sudden, the NBA is like, well, you know, the Pistons out here dragging people and only scoring 58 points in a playoff game. We can't have this out here.
Can't have that.
Yeah, like, so the whole game just changed up from there. Like, and I understand. I don't want to see a team scoring 58 points in a playoff game. But if you love basketball, you had a deep appreciation for what the Pistons were doing, because they was out there putting the clamps on people. They was like, guess what? You think you're going to score? No, not today. For 4 quarters, just clamping you up. That's
maybe
art.
I mean, you know, maybe they should just like try it in the preseason, something like maybe like slowly bring it back for like sections of the floor. Like, okay, you can hand check above the free throw line. Something.
Slowly. Just let people hand check again. Everywhere else in the world, you can play defense with your hands. And here, we just like, nah, baby, you gotta take your hands out.
What? You just a turnstile in the NBA.
We need more embarrassment. We need more embarrassment in the NBA. That's what you mean. Like, if someone's good and then someone breaks someone's ankles, let them live with that embarrassment to actually work better than not get crossed up like that. That's what we need. We need embarrassment.
There be a lot of dudes out here getting embarrassed, but I think the problem is, like I said, you can't.
It doesn't phase dudes because they know they can't play defense as hard as they want to.
Just on its face, think about this for a second, Darrell. Tell me if you think this makes sense, right? The athletes are bigger, stronger, faster, and more skilled than they've ever been.
But
and we made the game, and this is the least physical that the game has ever been.
Yeah, lazy.
It's not lazy. The rules dictate you can't really play defense, man. You like the physicality. This is one of the primary differences in the eras of basketball previously to this and this era is that the physical part of basketball has been completely taken out of the game. Perfect example, the basketball we all grew up watching, right? What did they say in the playoffs? You go to the lane, somebody gonna touch you up, right? We knew that was a basic part of the game. Somebody gonna touch you up, you go to the lane. The game's gonna be more physical. The refs are gonna let more body contact and stuff get away. Now it's like, dude, you breathe on a guy, you go on somebody, and all of a sudden it's a foul.
James Harden been fooling people for 10 years about being a good offensive basketball player because he gets fouled just from people breathing on him.
The funniest part to me is, as much as I hate what James Harden did, he was the master of taking advantage of an inefficiency in the market, which was, hey, the referees, because of the rules, are going to call a bunch of BS fouls if I just jump into a guy. The guy doesn't even actually have to make contact with me. I can make contact with him, and they're still going to call him for the foul. So he used that to his advantage.
Bro,
and
he used to swing his arms into your arms and get fouled.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, I told you, the style of it, Mase, oh my God, I just want to throw up. Like, it's some of the worst basketball you could ever watch in my life, right? I hated all those years of people, like loving James Harden when he was in Houston. Mase, I thought that team was like unwatchable to me because it was James Harden standing at the top, dribble.
Listen, I've seen this man go to the lane, hook a dude's arm, then try to grab the ball with said arm that he's using to hook, knowing it ain't gonna get there because you're hooking the dude and flail, get a foul. Come on, man.
Yep, and like I said, I do not fault James Harden for what he was doing because the rules were dictating it. I fault the NBA for making the game at a point to where any type of physicality has been taken out of the game and it's considered a foul now. That's the problem I have. Like, I get it. You don't want guys to be getting too rough, getting injured and stuff. But look, at the end of the day, right, let's talk about some basic facts that we know. Teams, starting with the Spurs, who were the first ones to really start doing this, have been doing the load management now for over 10 years, right? With that being said, there are still all these players that are getting serious injuries, missing time. So there's an argument to say that the load management, it ain't working. Probably too many games that they have. That's a different discussion. That's money, TV. That's a whole different discussion. But for what we're talking about, load management's not working, right? It's just like on its face, we could talk about it. It's just not working. So what do we have now, right? Guys are sitting out all the time, right? You never know when a guy's going to be playing. Guys are still getting injured, and the quality of the actual average game, in my mind as a basketball fan, is lower than it's ever been because you don't allow defense. Mase, you used to take team, if you got to 170 points, you had to play like 5 overtimes. Now, dudes are doing this. In 2 overtimes, both teams have scored 175 points. That's insanity. What are we watching? This is not basketball to me. I'm sorry, it's not. Like, I grew up watching basketball where defense mattered and defensive teams could actually have a chance to win a championship. Now, the game is basically who got the best offense.
First team to 110, basically. That's kind of where we at.
And I don't like that. The game isn't fun. Also, I will openly display my bias. I prefer a dude dunking on somebody or making a nice, crazy layup at the lane over dudes just stepping back and hitting threes. It's cool, but like, that's not really fun to watch over and over. It's one thing that I've hated about the influence of Steph is that all of a sudden every guard wants to be Steph, and it's like, bro, some of y'all don't got the skill set for that. So be somebody else. You don't have to be Steph. There's a bunch of guards that came before Steph Curry that are in the Hall of Fame that did not play like him. A whole bunch of them. And dudes that I would still tell you to this day are better players than Steph Curry, such as my man Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah had to deal with dudes willing about to club you upside your head, and he's still going out there and give you a bucket. Okay? So I don't know, Mase. Maybe basketball is not designed for our age bracket, right? Like maybe they're and what I think they're doing wrong is like, if you think this is the way to get young people, that's not the way to do it. Because young people, like, here's where I think sports leagues go wrong all the time, Mase, right? Is that the majority of your fandom is going to come from people passing it on through their family, right? Our generation looks at this like, dog, what is this?
I'm not turning this game on a Tuesday night.
Dude, I have NBA League Pass, as you know, like, because we share it, right? I probably have watched less basketball this year than I've watched in quite a few years. You know, like the game is not really that fun to me right now because of the style of play. Everybody's just trying to hit threes all game, and that's super boring.
Jason Kidd in a press conference said his team is built to outscore you. He knows ain't no defense gonna be played.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, why? But okay, that's cool, and I'm with you, Jason Kidd, because you're right. Your team probably is designed to just outscore people, right? They're only out there for defense. But
Luka ain't playing no defense.
But here's my problem with that, Mase. That's every team now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, there used to be styles. You know, like, think about it. When an era where Kobe and Shaq were together, and then after that, right? You had teams like the Lakers, Spurs, the Mavericks, the Suns, the Bulls, the Knicks. All these teams had established styles that were all different from each other. You know what I mean? Who are the teams that have an established style that's so different from everybody else? The only two that I think you could present in the NBA currently that have a style that's so different than everyone else is Denver and Milwaukee, because they have players that are specially talented and that are like once in a generation type of guys. Like, Jokic, I'm amazed. I've watched him play a couple times this year. When we've been gaming and stuff, I've had him on a few times. That man out there balling. Okay, like, I think Giannis is the best player in the league, and that strictly comes down to his defensive impact is better. But if Jokic all of a sudden figure out a way to start playing some better defense and having a more impact on defense, boy, where do you Mason Man is out here put up triple? He out here put up triple doubles as in center, playing point center. What is this?
He's putting up triple doubles from the mid post.
Who would you compare him to, Mase? If you had to compare him to someone, who would you compare him to? Like, stylistically.
Jokic?
Yeah.
Maybe like whatever you would think of as the best version of like Divac ever was, of Vlade Divac ever was, like whatever the best version that you could get out of Divac, if you times that by like 10, possibly. But like, there aren't too many. There aren't, especially like the American big men. Like, a lot of them don't come in with the skill set to just the vision, basically, not necessarily skill set, more so the vision and the willingness to create. So, I mean, Divac, Sabonis, you got to slide them in there with them guys. Like if they were to play in this era or whatnot, maybe they would do some similar things to Jokic right now. But like, I don't really know how you compare him, really.
For me, I look at him, he is, in my mind, most like a bigger Larry Bird. Where if Larry kept growing and ended up with a center's body instead of a forward's body, right? that it's like the same guy we're watching, except I'll give it to Larry. Larry was a better defensive player for sure, 100%. But stylistically, that's what it reminds me of. Because I remember when I was younger watching those older Celtic games, right, and seeing like, okay, how good was this Bird dude? And it's like he would just get the ball and just go to work, bro. And it would be like, yo, he's a walking bucket, and that's what Jokic is. It's like it's rare when guys are a walking bucket for themselves and their teammates. It's like, Mase, have you ever seen a center that's throwing dime passes? Like, this dude is hitting his teammates in their hands all day long. This man go to the lane, Euro, spin, throw it behind his head, hit you right in your hand.
Partner right there, ready to receive the pass.
Darrell, have you ever seen it like a big man like Jokic? Can you think of like anyone like stylistically, like who would you compare him to? Because I know Mase was saying like Divac and Sabonis. Who would you compare him to?
Current or like past?
Just any, like
all time.
Give me a name, bro.
Like players that you like stylistically, you could be like, that's that dude. Even if it's like I said, where I chose Bird, where if Bird got bigger, right, this is how he would have played. Who do you see him like?
That's tough because he has it's like he has like a balanced style, he has like a balance, like he's not doing too much of one thing. He's doing like he's not selfish. Let's say that he ain't selfish. Like you get a lot of selfish, you get like a selfish center, you get a selfish, like I just want to just get this, that, and the third. I don't know. I can't compare him. That's a long list.
It's hard, right? It's hard to compare him because his skill set is so wild. It's like, wait a minute, this dude legitimately brings the ball up the court as a center. But what is this?
But also,
like you can't check him. You can't check him at half court with another center.
Here's what I'm gonna say. He's what we all dreamed Anthony Davis could be. Wow. Am I wrong? Think about it. Look, go back in your mind and think about it for a second, right?
The New Orleans AD before the injury started.
What did everybody think he could be? The dude that could bring the ball up, play some point center, impact the game defensively, all this other stuff. And that dude that's doing that is actually Jokic. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy because, like, if you put them two on the floor next to each other, 9 out of 10 people would choose Anthony Davis. They'd be like, he's going to win. My money every time would be on Jokic because that dude got that dog in him.
But is it more of the chemistry on that team for him?
He is the chemistry, though, bro. He's taking.
I understand that. But like, would he work on any other team?
Yes, he would. Jokic to me is the type of player because he does to get what he gets on offense. He does not have to dominate the ball. He does a lot of the hard hat lunch pail type of guy stuff, right? Where he sets a lot of screens for his teammates and stuff. So for me, if they had another real superstar on that team, like let's talk hypothetically, even LeBron at his age right now, if you had LeBron and Jokic, look, there ain't gonna be a lot of defense being played out there, but they're gonna be outscoring a whole lot of teams because they would guys that are willing passers.
They would you would essentially have a situation where they're getting a bucket on every possession, bro, because as long as you have intelligent players around them, they're gonna get open.
Yep. So we will see how the rest of this NBA season shakes out. Mase, it's not looking good for your Lakers. I'm just gonna say that much. Things is looking real shaky.
I already told you how I feel about them boys. We shouldn't have even been in a situation where we needed to hit at the trade deadline to actually have a good team.
That's your team.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man. I'm in team jail right now. Outside of it's crazy. Outside of the Cowboys, I'm in team jail.
Oh, we ain't gonna get you started on Chelsea. We'll save that for another week.
I'm just in sports jail right now. Like who would ever thought Cowboys would be the
ray of light in your life?
Yeah. I'm in sports jail right now, bro.
You better pick up one.
Oh man. But keep trying moving here. We got to talk about the big UFC card that is next week. One that I know I have been waiting for because all I want is some get back. That's it. Next week is UFC 285. And headlining that card is Jon Jones and Cyril Gane and Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. But we'll get to those fights. But we have to pick the rest of the actual fights that are on the main card. We are not doing all the prelim picks. Look, I love y'all people out there. I appreciate y'all support. But if you think I am about to spend about an hour talking about some prelim fights, then I'm not going to probably watch. You're crazy. Okay.
Hey, them prelim games just be on, them prelim fights just be on in the background.
Look, my days of sitting down and watching prelim fights like that is done. Okay, like Mase said, they on in the background. I might look up.
I'm on the box waiting for the main card to start with the prelims in the background. You feel me? Like that's about it.
Yeah. So we will start here with the first fight of the main card, and that will end up being Bo Nickel versus Jamie Pickett.
Wait. You can't say that like that.
Bo
Nickel debuting on his first pay-per-view card. The man that been saying he can out-wrestle everybody and everything versus.
I mean, I was gonna let you get to all that, but you know what I mean? Like
we got
well, Bo Nickel and Jamie Pickett. Darrell, who you got? I was gonna let you take it from there.
Oh, I got Bo Nickel. I ain't going against that green. I ain't going against that green. That man literally scoop you up, like call it nice work and then walk. He's not getting no injuries. he in there to play Flinch Battle 5 or Jumping City number 6. Because I'm sorry, like this is why I like one championship. I like one championship because if you're doing this all day for 3 minutes, whoop, point taken. That's what that is. You're not fighting. You're BSing. You're in there to fight. You're not shadow boxing all day. I'm sorry. Get in there and fight. Like that guy that just got released last week for only throwing 2 punches the whole fight in 3 rounds. Got released. That's what you get. You get released. That's what you get. There's no way you in there not trying to fight.
Listen, you didn't pick to fight. Can we pick? Can you get off your soapbox for a second so we can?
Oh, I got enough in my soapbox right now. You go. You can go.
Nah, bro, but I feel you, man. I want the young gun coming in, Mr. Nickel. I want to see what you can do, my boy. Like, take that. He's got 100. I mean, he hasn't had that many UFC fights, but 100% takedown rate. Hey, bro, we know what he's doing. Can you do what you do better than somebody does what they do?
Remember, UFC fighters, he's coming in wrestling. If you think he's not going to wrestle you, that's crazy. I don't understand that logic. I'm going to fight him standing up. I'm going to make him fight. Sure. Got you. They did that to Khabib. You know what happened to Khabib, right? Khabib the winner.
Don't put that man on Khabib. Don't put Khabib on that man right now, bro. He only 3 fights in, bro.
That man said he could beat everybody at this point.
Don't put Khabib on that man. He's only 3 fights in.
Darrell, you remember when a bunch of dumb people used to say that they could beat George? That's what people sound like when they say they could beat Khabib. It's like, no. He's going to take you down and beat you up. And you're going to regret it because you're going to be tired as I don't know what. Because guess what he does? He wrestles bears.
I got one fight with George. Remember that time? I remember where I was at when I watched this fight. It was Nick Diaz versus Georges St-Pierre. That man said he was going to do what? That man was on the mat for 5 rounds. 5 rounds. Most boring fight that you can see, but hey, it got the job done. Because at the end of the day, it's an MMA fight. It ain't no street fighter. It ain't no freaking boxing match. It's MMA. You put all your tools in there. Don't get mad because you got caught on the ground with your pants down, looking like a fool. Not my fault.
Listen, bro, I disliked George because his game plan always worked, but you have to respect it.
And he went out without a loss. He came out a winner twice. I retired with the belt twice.
I like George personally because for me, he was such a technician that it would be hilarious watching him do it to guys. Because every dude you would hear lead up to "Oh, George ain't gonna take me down and do this to me," and within 2-3 minutes, dude on their back like, "Oh no!"
Like what the hardest fight that George had, in my opinion, was Carlos Condit. Outside of that, you never really did. You ever feel like George might lose a fight to somebody?
It was Hendricks too.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, Hendricks. He slid him with that right 1 or 2 times. Boy.
It was Hendricks. The two notable fights was Condit and Hendricks.
Oh, yeah.
Hendricks
touched him. Hendricks touched him a few times.
Hendricks was the reason why he retired.
Hey, well, he was like, hey, I got to get up out of here. These boys swinging too hard.
Oh, no. Oh, but what I also liked about George, though, was when people were like, "Oh, all he can do is take you down." I remember Josh Koscheck was talking.
Oh my God,
the greasiest ever.
My man couldn't see out of one side of his face.
Look,
listen,
that
George
man
dialing him up
with jabs and straights to his eye over and over and over. That man's whole, like Mase said, this whole side of his face was just swelling. That's all it was. It just swelled up. Dog, look. I don't know if you ever saw Koscheck fight again after that, but after that whooping he got from George, he was never the same. It was like George broke that man's will. He was like, "Oh, no, I don't need to take you down. I'm gonna just keep punching you in the face over and over and see how you like that."
And they weren't hard strikes. He just legitimately hit him in the same spot for 5 rounds. Just a jab, like a leaping jab for 5 rounds. My man, he was fencing this man with his fist. Go back and watch that. He was fencing this man with his fist. He'll leap in, hit you with and get out for 5 rounds.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
In the same eyeball, in the same eye socket, just popping this dude.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna go with Jamie Pickett just because I feel like Bo Nickel might be coming into this too confident and might get caught. Because if, like you said, Darrell, if Pickett is thinking, he knows, this man just gonna try and take me down. So if he's smart, he'll have one of them Jose Masvidal knees waiting for this man when he try and go take him down. So I think he's gonna catch him because he's got a little bit more experience in the ring, right? So I think he's gonna end up catching him because he's gonna know better and say, "Hey, wait a minute, I fought dudes that just want to take me down before. I'm gonna make this dude have to fight me." So I hope he's been working on his sprawls and all of it. His counters.
Go watch some of that Chuck Liddell tape.
Hey, something.
Chuck couldn't wrestle to save his life, but he could keep you from taking him down.
Oh Lord, what has he done to himself? Regardless, though. Regardless, we'll see what ends up happening there. So, Mase, the next fight on the card is going to be Mateus. Man, see, this is where I need it. Mateus Gamrot. There we go. Darrell, how you say this man's name?
What was this? Where is it?
Is it Mateus or is it Matezi?
I ain't gonna butcher that, but he's facing Jalen Turner. This man's coming off of a loss from a 2-fight loss. Last one was Beneil Dariush. And Jalen Turner is on a 2-fight win streak right now. I was trying to say with the last fight, with the guy you picked, he's on a losing streak. He's on a losing streak.
I know, but I think this might I know, but I think I'm just gonna pick a wild card upset, right? Like that's gonna be my wild card upset for the night. You know, like I don't think because everybody it's if we're talking about who's like the majority of people are gonna end up picking who Vegas is probably gonna give the odds to, it's gonna be Bo Nickel. Like I don't even have any questions
he's
about
the
that.
biggest favorite on this card, bro.
And he looks just like how Dana White wants him to look, so he can make him into a star. You know what I mean? So like, let's just look like I know what this is, Darrell. Like I'm not foolish. I'm just saying I'm hoping we get to see an upset. You know, that's what I'm rooting for here. But Darrell, who you got here? Gamrot or Turner?
I'm going to say Turner because the other man's so hittable, it's hittable.
Mase, who you got, bro?
I'm going with Turner, bro. This man has a 7-inch reach advantage on him. He's fighting a midget.
Nigga, is that a carrot?
Hmm?
Is that a this nigga eating gummy worms? I thought this nigga was eating a damn carrot. I was like, nigga, what? Well, no, I saw the bag of worms before, but I just thought all of a sudden you pulled a carrot out of nowhere. I was about to be like, where did you pull a carrot out of?
Was that your new thing? You just gonna be eating on the show now, my boy? Is that it?
I'm telling you what I just said, what I have after you understand. You will understand.
Okay. Oh, that's right. My man said he got something for y'all. We got a double header today.
All right. Moving forward. Oh well, yeah. Mase, make your pick.
I told you Turner. Turner. Yeah.
Turner. Yeah,
he's a giant, bro.
It's a Turner sweep around here. So
he's a giant, comparatively speaking.
Yeah. No, you're right. All right. So moving forward here in the welterweight division, we have got Geoff Neal versus Romanov. I think that's what it is.
You said it right.
Rachmanov. There's a K in there. Rachmanov.
Nah, it's Romanov, dog. The K, like
the K is silent.
If you look at where he's from, I'm pretty sure the K is silent in their vernacular.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain on that. But Darrell, who you got?
The undefeated fighter that everybody's scared of in the division.
8 KOs and 8 submissions. Yeah, I'm taking him too, bro. Dog. Hey, my man said he coming in there for one. He coming in there to get that bonus. For one way or another, he says he getting that bonus.
Look, normally I'm not that impressed with a lot of these guys that are undefeated at this point, right? Because there's been a lot of match padding for guys along the way. Sean O'Malley, but
wow,
Romanov is an animal. That dude goes in there with malice and the intent to finish you. There ain't no way I'm picking against this man. So look, hey, Geoff, I like you, brother. I like it. But you about to get served.
Yeah. Hey, man, they throwing you in the cage with a hungry bear, bro. You just about you the next person to get fed.
yeah, bro. I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it. Hey, that's Goldberg and you Disco Inferno right now for all intents and purposes, dog. So
you just a part of the streak at this point. How you gonna get finished?
But moving forward into the first title fight of the night, and that is Alexa Grasso taking on the reigning, defending, baddest woman in the world right now, Valentina Shevchenko. Darrell, who you got?
I love Valentina. I have no hate or nothing on her, but she got to make up for that last fight. That last fight, she didn't really win. That shit is debatable. 100%. Because her last fight, she was on the ground. We all seen it. there wasn't the same aggression Valentina that was there. That was like I hope she's 100%. I hope she's not injured. I hope she can win because she got another challenger after that. Make her active, Don't put her on the shelf. Don't make her Amanda Nunes, They like to sit out a whole year.
Look, people would say, who did Amanda have to fight? You gonna stop that. Who was there to fight, Darrell? She had beat everybody. There was nobody left.
Well, she had to get her comeback fight because she did lose.
Yeah, hey, look, but think about it. What you're talking about is she was sitting out for a while even before she had that fight where she lost.
She's always
think
sick.
About it.
Her nose is always running. Her nose is always running. She's always sick. She always has
a nasal. Lioness her respect, bro.
Yeah.
Show her respect.
You got all that money, fix your nasal problem. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hear that nonsense. She always having some type of nasal problem or some kind of cold.
You sure she got all that money? Because Dana White show like to take everybody money.
I don't know, man. She ain't complaining about it.
Nigga, do you know where she is from? I'm gonna send you some stories about the area that she's from when we get done with this. I'm gonna just let you know there's a reason why she has so much confidence, because you cannot be a scared one coming from there. Let me just tell you that, okay? But Darrell, I know you're saying all this and you're doing it, and here's what I hate. You're doing all this qualifying before you do what we both know you're about to do, which is here comes Troll Darrell to come tell us how, hey, Valentina about to lose. So I don't know why you had to go through a whole big soliloquy just to try and tell us something that we know you was going to do the whole time, which is, hey, tell us Valentina's going to lose so you can make me lose my mind. Go ahead, do it. Waiting for you.
I'm not going to tell you that. I know that I watch fight nights. I watch these undercards. I'm not going to go ahead and say, Valentina is going to lose, but she actually has a decent opponent. That's what I would say. She has a decent opponent. Ain't someone that like we could say, hey, she ain't no Jessica I.
So. That's cold-blooded, man.
Oh, see, now you understand. Now you understand. I'm not going to say that, but I'll tell you this: like she got a winner. She got a winner over here. So at the end of the day, I hope Valentina the best. I want to see a good fight. I want Valentina to still keep her belt. I want her to make history. So I'm with Valentina. Just hope for a good fight.
Who you got?
I'm calling Valentina third round stoppage. I'm calling it right now. Third round.
That hasn't happened in a while.
Hey, bro, she's hungry. She's ready. You got to think about it. When people start doubting your wins, you usually come back with a little bit more. Let me take the judges out of this.
Like Derek Lewis.
Look, man, Alexa Grasso has a lot of dog in her, and I appreciate that about her, right? She does. I don't want to disrespect the young lady at all.
You hear me?
But there is one dog in that division, and her name is Valentina Shevchenko. She is one of my all-time favorite fighters. I would be foolish if I picked against Valentina. I'm inclined to agree with Mase, actually. Third round stoppage by Valentina here. I think this is one where she comes out and makes a statement because, she's even said, hey, her last performance wasn't her best. It was not her best. And she was kind of embarrassed about it. So we know what happens. The last time we seen Valentina not be happy with her performance, we seen the animal that came back out next after that. So,
like I said, bro, you some of these fighters' mentalities is legitimately like it's disrespectful to not be excellent every time you go out there.
Yep.
So if you think that Alexa Grasso, she's not about to get thrown into the wood chipper.
Good luck for her. That's all I can say. And now, moving on to the fight that we have been waiting for so long. I've been waiting so I can get my get back. I didn't think it was going to take this long. I ain't going to lie to you. But we have got the paper champion Cyril Gane versus the GOAT, Jon Jones, for the World Heavyweight Championship. Darrell, you know what you got on the line. So go on and tell the people not only who you got, but what you got on the line in this fight, Darrell.
For all the folks know, our loyal listeners, we all know that this man had to wear a clown face for going against me for that Amanda Nunes fight when she was used to being all heavy on that 45-pound belt title reign. And then she wanted to go down to 135 and lose her belt. So this man had to wear a clown face. So I am putting my face on the line for this Jon Jones fight. Yes, I am. I have been sticking to it. I am a man of my word, and I will do it. And guess what? I'm picking Jones. I'm hoping. I am hoping that I get this clown face, because you know what? I'm not going to do on the Super Bowl. I'm not going to pick the Eagles. I already knew they were going to lose. They're losers. It's Philly. I know this.
No, hold on.
I'm going to go with the grain.
No.
I'm going with the grain.
No. No. We're not letting you do this. No. You don't. We don't need to know who your pick is. Your pick is Cyril Gane. I just want to know who you think is actually going to win. No. Because the bet was you were betting against Jon Jones the next time he fought. You're not going to try and slide and change it up now. Your man for this fight is Cyril Gane. All I want to know is, do you actually think he's going to win, Darrell? Do you? Because if not, boy, I can't wait for that clown face. Let me tell you. Woo, it's going to be a good time.
See, Mase? He's not letting me pick Jones. So if Jones loses,
Mase,
you were here.
Mase, you were here. This man is now trying to bet with Jon Jones when his bet was before. Literally, I'll bet against whoever he fight the heavyweight. He ain't going to win. And now he want to pick him? Now he want to try to pick him? Nah, his man's still Gane, dog.
Mase, you see my strategy already. I'll pick Jones. I'll pick Jones to win, but he wants Jones to win. See? If he actually loses and Gane actually wins, proves my first point, Jones is going to lose anyway. And the matter, he actually gets his clown face. He doesn't get it.
What the Skip Bayless BS is you trying to pull? Make some sense, Darrell.
I'm not giving you what you want. I'm not giving you what you want.
Let me explain something to you. You can't change the terms of the bet. Your bet was whoever he fought. And now, because you did that to yourself, because you thought it was going to end up being like Francis or something, now your man's a Cyril Gane. So have fun with that.
You know what? Fine. I can give it Cyril Gane. You know what? Francis was more of an easy fight anyway, because all he works with his hands. So anyway, I'll pick Gane because Gane is a balance and knows how to get out of danger. So hey, let's deal with slow Jon Jones at heavyweight. How about that? I don't care how many pads, how many kicks he throws. I don't care who he trains with. I don't care who's in his corner. He's gonna lose because he's your GOAT. That's a opinionated recommendation for him because he ain't no GOAT. He was on the juice, beating up old people in the past. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, we're going with the front.
It's funny how he say that, but at that time, the best division in the UFC was the light heavyweight division. It had the most competition. But let's tell the narrative how he wants to. And Mase, what you hold on? Talk about Mase, what you got to say? Because you just sitting there this whole time. You ain't said a word, bro.
Yeah, I'm
go ahead and wait in.
Go back and forth, man. I'm inclined to believe that given Jones's layoff and going up in a weight class, that he would not be the same Jon Jones that we've seen in light heavyweight perform. But at the same time, never really seen Jon Jones have a bad performance. So it's kind of hard to sit here and say that he's going to have one all of a sudden. So I got to go Jon Jones, but I doubt it's going to be one-sided.
Y'all already know it's Jon Jones for me. And I think the difference that is going to work in Jones's favor in this is that Jon Jones was able to keep Daniel Cormier on his back and get him down. If you can get down Daniel Cormier, you can take down anybody at the heavyweight division. Anyone. None of these guys are as technically sound as a wrestler as Daniel Cormier is. One of the another guy. Huh?
Curtis Blades.
Stop it. Curtis Blades ain't no wrestler.
These
like
are the breaks.
Like, stop it. Stop it. Like, Cormier proved that not only can he actually do it in like regular old school wrestling, but he can also use that in MMA and keep himself on his feet. So no, stop that. And he was taking down dudes like way bigger than him. So you stop.
Can Jones beat Brock Lesnar?
Huh?
Can Jones beat Brock Lesnar?
In an MMA fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brock wouldn't be able to take him down. Brock would lose to majority of Brock would lose to Derek Lewis nowadays. You kidding me?
What? That's like saying Greg Hardy can freaking beat Derek Lewis.
No, not even close. Derek Lewis has a weapon that he could use against Brock Lesnar, and he's shown that he can stay on his feet. The only people, think about it, the only people who have taken him down and dominated him on the ground is one, Daniel Cormier, and then
Tai Tuivasa.
That's it. And you talking about two dudes that can wrestle their butts off. You talking about two dudes, that's what they do. So it's like, like I'm gonna knock Derek Lewis because of that. No, a dude like Brock Lesnar is not gonna be able to fight. He wouldn't be able to fight in this modern era because he had no hands. Brock Lesnar couldn't stand and fight. He had to get on you, lean on you, beat up on you while you're on the ground or up against the cage. Remember what he did to Shane Carwin? That's like basically what Brock Lesnar wants to do to you in an MMA fight, right?
Chuck Liddell could beat Jon Jones.
Chuck got put to sleep by Rashad, and then Rashad got his head beat in by Jon Jones. So I'm gonna have to give you the nay-no, my brother. Okay, I'm gonna have to give you the nay-no. But yeah, for me, I think Jon Jones comes out, has a pretty solid performance. I think he is going to make sure this is going to be one of those kind of old school ones where he puts him up on the cage, he's hitting him with the knees, he's banging him up, he's taking him down, slamming him, making him get back up over and over and over, right? Making him work real hard to even try and get a lot of that striking off that Gon has. Look, Gon is an amazing, super talented striker. But every fight of his that I have watched, all I have ever thought is, when you run into a dude that really knows how to take you down and just put you and keep you down, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. Because look, being honest, right? It's not like his game is flawless. You know what I mean? It's not like Gon's game is flawless. It's not like he doesn't have holes in his game. Like, he has clear holes. It's just his awkward style has gotten quite a few guys. And the fact that he's an actual fluid kickboxer at that size has helped him out, right? But Jon Jones has always been fluid at his 6'4" size. This is nothing new to him. So I'm gonna have to take Jones and enjoy watching Darrell with that clown makeup. It's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good. But you know what? In this world, there are some things that don't make you feel good. Sometimes they really get up under your skin. They drive you a little bit crazy. or they're just a little bit wild. Ladies and gentlemen, we take a trip deep into the mind of a madman. This is Mase's Madness. Oh, Lord, the lights is red.
Listen, man, there's been a bunch of things that has gone on since the last time I had one of these, and this is just the best one in my opinion. Listen, old Captain Ron is making it hard for a few people.
Captain Ron.
There is a young lady by the name of Natalia Harrell who is currently in jail, prison, whatever the case may be. She is incarcerated in Florida and also pregnant at the same time. So her lawyer, God bless this man's soul for turning this on their head. My man is out there arguing that her fetus is being illegally detained in prison. And she probably gonna get out. Because according to Florida law, fetuses are citizens. And the fetus didn't commit no crime. So how the fetus gonna be in jail? Regardless of what happens, I'm here for the entire court case. I got the updates on notifications. They dinging. I need every piece of it because I like when people's stupidity gets turned back on them. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. You turn a fetus into a citizen. Now, pregnant women can't go to jail. Unless the fetus is getting charged. What is the fetus an accessory to a murder, or you know what I'm saying? Just think of how stupid that sounds. You charging the fetus with a crime? What are we doing here? I love it. I love it. I love every bit of how over the top and outlandish this is, because this lawyer is basically turning their stupidity against them. I love it. What are y'all gonna do? Did the fetus commit a crime, or is the fetus illegally in jail? Because you got it. That's where we at right now. Which page we turning to? Illegally in prison or accessory to murder? Which one are we doing, Florida? I need to know. I'm here for it. I need to know. Who's right? Did the fetus commit a crime, or is the fetus a free person, a free citizen? Because according to y'all, fetuses are citizens, and I need to know who.
I mean, technically, you're right. I mean, by their rules, a fetus is a citizen, is a person, and has protections of a person. So
if the fetus ain't committed a crime, then the person carrying the fetus needs to be out of prison and ain't committed no crimes. So what we doing here, Florida? I need to know. I need to know.
Bruh. This has got to be the wildest Mase's Madness ever told this has to be. Because what you're saying makes sense, and it's just wild. It's like, God, we told y'all stuff was going to get crazy, but I didn't even think it was going to be like this, Mase. I didn't think somebody was going to legit be like, hey, since the fetus is a person, why is my client in jail?
That's basically where we are. I mean, if you want to follow it, which you probably should, because the young lady's name is Natalia Harrell. I think she's in Dade County. So that's Miami for the people that don't know Dade County. But yeah, bro, Florida's laws are being turned on their head. So who's right in this situation? Because they didn't give fetuses citizenship, basically. And under the protections of our Constitution, you can't illegally detain somebody. So now are we illegally detaining Miss Natalia and her fetus? Or I mean, what are we doing? I need to know. This is crazy.
This is crazy. I was just sitting there reading some of this. This is crazy. That's the world we live in, right? Oh, goodness, people. Don't go to Florida. That's all I can say. Oh, man. Don't go to Florida. But each and every week, people, we take a trip deep into the mind of a madman. This week, it was, woo, felt like we was in the Twilight Zone over here. Like, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mace's madness. Oh my goodness gracious! I cannot believe that this is actually happening. Oh my
It's
God.
real. It's real, bro. That's what makes this so crazy. A lawyer's legit argument is that this fetus is being illegally detained in prison. Y'all got to let my client out. What?
That's the world we live in. I mean, that's what happened. But gotta keep things moving forward. I'm trying to regroup myself after hearing that because that was wild. All right. But next we were talking about Jokic and Giannis and stuff like that. So there's been some players that have all been playing very, very great for their team. So at this point, who would you call your league MVP?
This is tough, man. If you would have asked me this before the trade deadline, I honestly would have told you KD. Just, I mean, if you looked at what he was doing from an efficiency standpoint, it's wild how well he's playing. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and give Jokic the whole stat padding. I can't call it stat padding because it's effective and his team is winning. But man, you know, I got to go Jokic, man. His team is better because of him. I think that's how you should judge the MVP trophy. Like, is the team better because of their efforts? Just gotta go Jokic. I don't want to drag this thing out any longer. Jokic.
Darrell, who do you have as your MVP
for like the
NBA
in general, or going
yeah,
to the finals?
Like no NBA, like
no,
MVP.
just regular season MVP.
I don't really watch regular season like that. I might go with Mace's pick because it's the only feasible one because he's.
Here you go, riding Mace's picks again.
I got to because
Here we go.
I got to like I can't like say like, oh, I'm just gonna pick Steph Curry because you know he just throws a bunch of threes, so he's MVP. I'm not gonna do that.
You know what? For football and basketball, Mase, I'm gonna just start giving Darrell all your picks then. Since apparently that's who we going with anyway. You know what Mase said? Like, what is this?
When do I watch basketball? I work at night. I can't watch basketball.
I don't know. All I know is I told you to bet on black in the playoffs, and you was like, Patrick Mahomes ain't getting to the Super Bowl, and look at who won.
I also said the Eagles weren't going to win the chip. Also,
you said the Eagles was going to lose their first playoff game. They said they was going to lose in the conference.
Well, I'm going to keep on saying they're going to lose until it actually happens.
You said there was. You basically said the Eagles was going to go 0-17 this year. Okay, and them boys made the Super Bowl. So I don't think your opinion of the Eagles is
if there's anything we can say about Darrell, he's committed to his grudges. He ain't gonna let it go. He's committed.
Oh, he hates Philly fans so much. He wants nothing good to ever happen to any Philly team.
Do you even own a green anything? Do you own green shirts?
No.
Mase, that's what we need to send him for. We need to send him for his birthday. Eagles jersey with Alvarez on the back for him. So he can't throw it out, Mase. So he's stuck like these bastards. They gave me a customized jersey for the Eagles. Oh God. Oh geez. I mean, you know what? We might have to do this, Mase.
Hey, I got my taxes. I can splurge. I can splurge.
Oh man,
I'd rather have a Dolphins jersey.
Nah, bro, we gotta get you that eagle green, bro. Gotta get you not the black one.
The old school green. We gotta get him that lime green. We gotta hit him with that hot green, boy. We gotta hit him with that hot green.
I'm gonna wear it to my funeral. That's what I'm gonna do.
When I die, I want Eagles to die with me. Boy, making sure I got this on. Yo, that's the type of petty stuff he would do, bro. He would just be like, bury me in the Eagles jersey so I can get over on the Eagles one last time.
Joke's on them.
Oh my God. It's too much. It's too much. For my pick for MVP, it's without a question Jokic in my mind. He's played the best this year. He's had a serious impact on his team winning. They're the number one seed in the West. If they hold on to the number one seed, I don't see any reason why Jokic shouldn't repeat as MVP this year. And hopefully that team can stay healthy so we can see what they do with the guys around them. So the Nuggets organization can make an assessment and say, do we have enough to win a championship or not? You know, I like Jokic. I like the fact that he's kind of got that old school mentality where he like, I'm not here for you. All right, I'm here to play ball and dominate you every night. So I really appreciate it. So I think he should win MVP. The only other person for me that even has an argument is Giannis. Giannis has still been playing at an extremely high rate. If they end up with the number one seed, I think the votes are going to get split very much so between those two. So it'll probably end up being a close race. But as long as that wrist injury doesn't keep Giannis out too, that could end up hurting his MVP stuff.
Well, it was a knee this last time. It was so he had the wrist. He had the wrist, and then just the other night it was the knee that they kept him out for. So I think that was a more precautionary than anything.
Yeah. So as long as those don't keep him out for any extended time, I think he should end up winning another MVP. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes you get people saying some things to you or saying some things in public, and you say, who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? And why do you think I care? That's generally how this man feels when most people say things or he sees things out in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Darrell's dirtiness of the day.
Okay. Y'all gonna like this.
Lotion them hands up first, player.
I believe people should have a hustle. People get some extra money on the side. They don't work they full-time job sometimes. Some people don't want to be bound by the waking up the 9 to 5. I understand there's DoorDash, Instacart, Shipped, Uber, Lyft, all these nice side hustles. But the one thing that you need to do is follow directions. Well, I am tired of every single one of these people that pick up these jobs can't follow directions. I have the worst experience with these people. It's not hard to look on your phone, unless everybody that works for these companies have a sidekick. You know, them T-Mobile sidekicks back in the old days. If they don't have a sidekick,
sidekicks.
if they don't have a sidekick, I don't understand how you can get an address wrong. Well, what was it? We had last week. We had people picking up. They can get the directions to go pick up food, but can't find the direction to give it, the drop off. You want to waste your gas. You want to don't pay attention. Yeah, you must be talking on the phone while you're riding. You might be bumping up some music. I don't understand how dumb can y'all be. I think y'all just really just picking up these jobs and just don't know how to read. I think it is. I think we got a lot of dropouts nowadays. Not hating when you drop off. I'm not hating when you drop offs. If you don't like school, I got you. But you're not part of the society that can read. I'm sorry at this point. I'm sorry. While we are still recording, I had put in an Instacart. My Instacart driver got the stuff. About to ride to my house, past my house, ride around the block, and says, please, can you come outside? I can't find the address. It's on your phone. How can you not see the address on your phone? You passed my house. It's not hard. So I give you, hey, you passed my house. I'm right there on your left once you ride up. Okay. She's still on the wrong street around the corner. So I'm guessing, okay, I guess she's just reading the message. Okay. So she doesn't ride along, so I have to go outside, see where this person's at. She rides up. She asks, what's my name? I tell her my name. She gives me my name. I said, well, I couldn't. She said, I couldn't find the address. I'm like, well, this is the street. It's right here. Oh, whatever. And I just grab my bag and I go upstairs. I think y'all should get fired. Every single one of y'all that can't read. I don't care if you're struggling. I don't care if you're struggling. I don't care. You don't like your job enough because you must don't like money. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that you have one job is to deliver the goods or arrive at the address that you need to do your job. You can't do that, get fired. That's it. I don't feel no heartbreak you being broke. You should be broke for not reading. I'm sorry. Afford a better phone. There's
You muted yourself. You muted yourself. Hold on. Oh God. Oh, nope. Nope. Still don't hear you. See what you doing to yourself. See, your computer is just trying to get you. It's like,
hey, it got me. It got me right now.
People.
So let's go back. Let's go back.
He getting all his words out.
I don't care if you're broke. I don't care if you're hustling for money. You can't read a phone. You need to get a phone. There's Cricket. There's Boost. There's all these cheap phones. There's Family Dollar. You can get a Track One. You can go to Walmart. You can get one of the One Talks. You can go ahead and get a decent phone so you can get some basic freaking directions. Because I'm sorry, Google's failing you. Apple's failing you. I don't know what's happening. Or it's just your reading. It's one of the two. My beef is the person that is not educated to read directions. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you should get fired. I fired them like Amazon fires people at the job. Just lay them off. Thank you for your service.
He's so mad. Listen.
Yo.
I'm sorry. These guys know. I definitely sent a photo of what my driver was doing. He went to the restaurant and went south. I'm north. Then take a major highway to come back. My food was cold. And you wasted at least $10 worth of gas for no reason. And then, then on top of that, he's the same
for wasting their own gas.
Nah. What makes the irony of all this is literally when he had to go pick up my food, he had to ask me what 2-liter I had to get because they didn't have it. So I told him. He didn't drop off my 2-liter when he dropped off my food. So I text him. Then he says, "Oh, I just noticed I have your soda. I'm coming right back." You're the same person that just called me about the same soda. How you forget?
This man is so tight right now.
Hey, look,
you know,
delivery people in Darrell's area, please start getting the food to this man on time. You do not know how many times I had to hear this man be pissed off because
you know what?
He gets the same phone call.
This
your house.
This gets a bigger issue. This is why I'm going to stop tipping at this point. You don't need to tip.
No.
Listen, bro, this is your villain origin story, and you not tipping is their villain origin story. Like this is a slippery slope that you have just now partaken in.
This is how I feel about tips. Pick a better career. Don't rely on them. That's how I'm going. Yep.
This has villain origin story written all over it right here, bro. If there was anything to tip the scale,
I will take the blunt and the justice of all of this, and I will go against. If you want to be a waiter, okay, be a waiter. Don't rely on tips because you chose that job. You had a choice. Everybody has a choice to get up and work.
This is it. This is his villain origin story, man. This is it. Chalk it down right now. Remember this moment.
For your sake, I hope nobody in Jersey sees what you just said, because you are going to get the worst service known to man if anybody sees this. They're like, can you believe what this nigga said?
That's fine. That's fine. You know how you avoid that? You don't go to restaurants.
Hey, don't act like your girl don't be trying to go to restaurants. You gonna get yourself in some bad stuff. You better chill out.
I'm telling you, bro. This is it. This is how it's a slippery slope. He's already full speed ahead. He can't turn back now.
Hey, you might as well take it out. You might as well take it out in the meal. That's all I'm gonna go with at this point.
I'm gonna say you got to put gratuity in on his check because he ain't giving
this. Hey, Mase, this is where he turns from Darrell to the troll.
hey, you having a hard day? You looking for that extra $20 because I got an $80 meal? Forget about it. I need it in my pocket.
Gotcha.
He's gonna be the reason why they be saying black people cheap and don't tip. He's gonna mess it up for everybody. Everybody else gonna be doing the right thing, Mase. He gonna be in there. No, I don't care.
Hey, I got a free sandwich. You want a tip? No. What's free percentage of for a tip? I don't know. Free. That ends my.
We ain't going out to eat with him nowhere, man.
Can't take him nowhere.
Nowhere. They gonna spit in his food for sure with that mentality. Your fork about to be coming up off the ground. It's gonna happen to hit a dust pile and some dirt. They're gonna wipe it off. There's gonna be some wet mud and stuff.
That's all good. It's like these auditors that go to freaking post offices and everything, and everybody be saying, "Hey, you can't use a camera in here," and they want to get the cops and try to lock me up. I got a lawsuit waiting. I'll get it. I'll pay for the lawyer.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'll get it.
He ain't even gonna know they do it, Mase. He ain't even gonna know. He think he gonna know. He think it's gonna be obvious. Nah.
The villain origin story has started. This is it. This is how it starts.
I'm sorry. That literally pissed me off. I just didn't understand. I just didn't understand. She really just said to me, like, you know how you say, like, you go up to someone like, it's no problem like that. The same head motion, but just a shake of the head and nothing. Like, I don't care if the street was there. I just couldn't find it. That's wild to me. That's your job. That's all I'm saying. That's your job. Do better at your job.
Delivery people, please fix whatever's happening.
For everybody in America's sake, because Darrell is about to tear down the whole establishment.
For all of us, please.
I'm reckless. I definitely had a bunch of situations like that. You just can't find the house. It shows it right there on the map. I can screenshot. You know what? I'll do one better. I'll do one better for you. My segment's done, but I'm going to send this to you so y'all can understand that I'm not crazy anymore. Like,
dog, we believe you. You don't have to prove it to us. We believe you.
This is a safe space.
Check y'all phones.
See,
this is a safe space.
Dog, we believe you. Like, nobody is doubting you.
Look how far it was. I wanted to show you how far it was. No words. No words.
Y'all got to do more better. Please do more better. You can't be up the block from somebody's house talking about, I can't find the street. Do you know what street signs are? Yikes.
Yeah.
But that was Darrell's Dirty of the Week. Oh my God. Now I'm all off track because Mase, he messed me up all the way with that. I didn't expect him to rant about delivery drivers.
Hey, y'all boys got to get it together.
But got a lot of moves already getting ready to take place in the NFL. We're seeing where teams are starting to put their franchise tags and stuff on players. So Mase, what do you think is the big move that's going to happen this offseason? Do you feel like Aaron Rodgers is coming back? Do you feel like he's going home? Because look, I'm gonna tell you this much, Mase. After this, since we've started this show, we've had to keep asking the question if Aaron Rodgers is coming back or not. Okay, I'm about tired of talking about if he's coming back or not. It's gotten to the point of Brett Favre now, where it's like, oh, is Brett coming back or not? You know, it's the same crap again, right? I'm done with this. So, what if you had to pick 2 or 3 biggest things that you think are going to happen over the next couple of weeks? What do you think those are?
I think Aaron Rodgers goes back to Green Bay. There's too much money on the line at this point.
60 million.
Yeah.
60.
He'll make 60 if Aaron Rodgers comes back to the Packers. He will make $60 million this upcoming football season.
Boy,
I think the Rams are in a great exodus right now. The talks are Jalen Ramsey will be on the move here the next few weeks here. That's going to be interesting because we know that the Rams they're having to pick up the pieces and try to get some sort of draft capital to make this team competitive in the next season. Because
should I do it, Darrell? Should I do it?
What? Do it.
Should I do it, Mase?
Go ahead.
The Cowboys going to try and trade for Jalen Ramsey.
I can see that happening. Like I can't even call that a troll job. I can really see that happening. Like 1,000%.
Would it benefit you?
Yes.
Would it make you win a Super Bowl? No. Thank you. That's all we got.
I mean,
my man hit you with the welcome to my TED Talk. That was my TED Talk. You can't take that.
No. I have no hate for the Cowboys. Let's put this straight. I have no hate for the Cowboys. I haven't heard bad Cowboy talk in such a long time. Like, I'm actually at the point that, like, hey, I might just wear that blue and silver and white one day. You know? I just go ahead and get a jersey. Just be on the Mase side for like one whole football season, you know? But just something about it just seems just off.
I mean, no. I could really I can legitimately see Jalen Ramsey or the Cowboys trading for Jalen Ramsey. I think it's a very doable trade for them. It's going to take some cap shedding, obviously, but I'm also interested. I'd say the last, I would guess, of the like biggest moves that are going to have an impact, I would probably say Derek Carr's landing spot, because I mean, let's not
call it now. Where's he landed?
I say the Saints. I think the Saints.
Why do you think the Saints?
I think that they're going to I think his priority right now should be who has an offensive line that can keep me upright. So we're not going to act like one of the bright spots for the Saints has been for a while is their offensive line. I mean, they've got some solid guys there. You know, they make a few cap moves. Michael Thomas will probably be out of the door, but I mean, Derek Carr has made it happen with nobodies before. So if they can shed some cap, you know, bring in. I mean, I don't. What's happening with if Alvin Kamara goes to jail, is his contract voided? Yeah,
it's just like Michael Vick.
Yeah. So I mean, let's call it what it is. That's cap relief. Let's be realistic here. I mean, from a football standpoint, like, oh man, Alvin Kamara is an excellent football player, blah blah blah. But I mean, from the Saints organization standpoint, they need that money.
Y'all see that video?
No, actually, I haven't watched it yet. It's like that.
I'm gonna show y'all after we get done.
Okay, but yeah, bro, I feel like
that nigga going to jail.
I feel like Derek Carr would choose the Saints over the next obvious would be the Jets, just because, like I said, I think the Saints have a more established team, especially a more established offensive team. I don't think he would be put in a situation where he's hoping young guys develop. I don't think he wants to be in a situation where his offensive line might go south on him again. So I'll say the Saints.
For me, three biggest things that I think are going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Number one, we're going to hear Lamar is getting franchise tagged, and he is saying, I ain't going to come to camp or show up until you pay me. So number one, that's going to happen. Number two, I think I'm right on the same page as you. Aaron Rodgers is coming back for his $60 million. I don't give a damn what he wants to tell you about. Oh, I need to go to this darkness retreat. Oh yeah, and in that retreat, was you just like, do I like $60 million? Because you had to ask yourself, do I like 60? So cool, he's coming back. But my third thing for sure is, and you're gonna be probably shocked by this, and it's gonna come a little bit out of left field. I think Derek Carr signs with the Miami Dolphins. think he looks at that team and says they have an offensive line that can protect me. They have serious guys at the skill positions, and they have a defense that's good enough to keep us in games. And an offensive mind that clearly knows how to scheme some guys open. It's a perfect spot for him. I understand some people are going to be like, what about Tua? I think if you are the Dolphins, you should be planning your future without Tua Tagovailoa at this point. Look, people, as of like 2 weeks ago, he was still in the concussion protocol.
My man's eggs are scrambled, bro. Like,
yeah, you got to move on at this point. You have to. It doesn't. No knock to him, because me and Mase were big fans of this guy coming out of college. It doesn't look like football is going to be for him, and sometimes it just happens that way. Sometimes it does. But Mase, tell the people where to find you.
May hit me up at Twitter, funky_Steph09, Twitch, twitch.tv/Swaggy Mase. Hit your boy up.
Mr. Low Elo Janitor, tell the people where to find you.
Low Elo Janitor at Twitch and YouTube. We're going to start having some undisputed videos start making. We need to.
Oh, Macy. He must have got a little confidence back.
Confidence? Oh, you can use Canelo. Or then your confidence will go downhill.
Oh, you mean your one win that you got the other day was with Canelo? You don't want to talk about the other knockouts though, right? You don't want to talk about those, huh?
They don't exist.
You don't want to talk about those?
They don't exist.
Darrell, look at me.
There's no film.
Look at me.
I said there's no film. It never happened.
I'm the captain now. But yeah, we will. We'll I'll gladly stream some more Undisputed, because look, man, I've been streaming Undisputed. I put up the most recent gaming video in our channel. Somebody who hasn't put up one yet. I'm looking at them.
Well, he must be looking at you, mate. So I don't know.
Yeah. Am I? You tell me. But at JSpanderman everywhere. Don't forget to follow the YouTube page. It's Inside the Cage. You'll see the ITC logo. Follow me, JSpanderman, everywhere. You'll either see my pretty face or the ITC logo. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification so you're notified every time something new goes on. We'll find you on every major streaming platform. So wherever you are, just search for Inside the Cage and you will see our logo. But we thank you again, people, for riding with us through another resounding episode of your favorite weekly sports show, and that is ITC
Sportsball.
Jesus Christ, we were off.